formation, we're just eating together, and we're just in a group of friends. And then those friends they had a group of friends. So the friends were telling him, these days you are talking to someone so much, but he couldn't get the, should I say, the guts to tell them that he's interested with me. But then they could notice the attention. So after that mission, that's when I wanted to break up with the other guy. So I called him. I told him, it's a high time, and he was like, okay, let's give it like a full month to see where this leads. Yeah. But then, funny thing, he had moved on with his life. That is why he says that is why he says I was dating myself. Again, on my part, I knew this was just a formality, just to see whether I can handle a heartbreak. So we were going for a long holiday then. So when I went home and I was just in that space, after my time, I would call it time for healing. Then that should be around June, end of June. That is, we were just friends, and we would talk so much. He would help me with poems. Then in campus, he was shining as a poet, and he would, be writing poems and all that. So I was learning to do that. I was learning the art, so he would help me in it. So after during that long holiday, our conversations were getting a bit so close. Yeah. So I think it's after that because you asked me to be your girlfriend when we came back after the long holiday. So I think after that is when he felt, now I need to close this deal.
During the long holiday, we, as she said, we had long calls. I remember my sister can enjoy with it, that there's somebody I hear you speaking with it at
in
night.
Whispers.
But during that time, I got to realize what I needed in a relationship and who I needed in a marriage setup.
Yeah.
In terms of, although it would still be a long journey before to get to marriage, I looked at friendship. This girl was really intentional with talking with me, knowing how I am doing. If I remember, I was frustrated with attachment. Yeah. So she was really intentional in knowing how I was doing, and because by that time, even as Namuenjoy that she was dating herself, I was looking at somebody else back like a year earlier. So it had been a time of healing, because it was also I was also nursing my own heartbreak. So I was looking for friendship.
Yeah. And you found a safe space. A safe space.
Yeah, that is true. But I would tell myself I found a home. Yeah. So that is when I now decided this is the girl that I want. So when we came back from the long holidays, I decided to pop the question of whether she can be my girlfriend, but I was given a long pause. Which it wasn't that long. It was just 3 weeks, but to me it felt like a lifetime. Mpaka nikaanza kukasirika.
Because we had grown so close, and he thought when you would pop the question, it would be a definite yes. But on my side, because of where I was coming from, the person I was dating was my first love. So in my imagination, I thought I was this awesome person that people would date and marry, So this time around, I didn't want to get it wrong. Yeah, so I didn't want to get it wrong. So again, I told myself, I want to learn from my mistakes. My mistakes then was when I was starting the previous relationship, I was kind of updating God. There is this guy I've met, he's handsome, he's this. I think we look good together. So God, do you endorse this? And I was, God, suko sawa, tuendelee basi. So this time round, I wanted to have God in the process. Like, now God, there is this guy, I feel this about him, this is where we are, and he has asked the question. So God, I just want to get it right. So if you're really in this thing and you really want, you really backing this up, I want you to tell me how to tell him yes, the where and the when, and God was faithful to give me the answers just as I asked. So I was just waiting for that time, and I told him yes. Then we started dating.
Yeah, I think
yeah. So then it was I told him yes on 12th of October 2016 at 5.
At 6.
It was 6. Yeah, we met.
It was after prayers.
Yeah, we were actually that time for saying yes. God was so specific that I should have a fasting period. So on the third day of my fasting, that is when we were doing the conclusion, I invited him actually on the last day.
Not on the last day.
Okay, I told you. Well, I told him that I'll be fasting for this period. So if he is interested, then he can join me. So then he was like, yeah, I would love to do it. But now I knew on the last day of the fasting, that is when I would tell him the yes. So after we met for conclusion prayers, we met at 5 in the prayer room. We prayed. Yeah, then after, funny, I want to share conviction. My conviction was like, I want to say yes. I want to be a human of significance. And it was